YouTube. It's been a while since you heard from me, hasn't it? I don't think it's been since I bought this Strat that I've uploaded anything. But either way, it's amazing. I wasn't sure about it when I first got it, but this is the best Strat I've played in my life. Legit. Been playing a lot of different guitars lately, but this is the one that I always am going to be going back to. I can already tell, like, this is the guy. Today's not about the Strat. Today I have a review for my new amp that I just got. The Marshall Origin 50 amp head. It's a beautiful little thing, you know. I've seen these for a while, but I always doubted what they can actually do as far as what they're supposed to do. There's a lot of people that don't like them because they're not high gain, but I know that's what they're not for. Obviously, if you've been to my channel before, you know what type of music I'm into, you know what I play, you know what I do. So you know that, like, a high gain amp isn't really something that I personally need. I mainly need pedal platforms and very clean amps, or very, like, on the breakup tone ish. You know, how do you say that, man? I don't even know how you say that. But what this amp does is it's supposed to be your budget Plexi tone. I didn't really like fall into the hype for it. I didn't really believe it until I actually played this guy. Like, this rolled up to our little guitar center at Orange Park, and I was like, oh, it's an Origin 50. I played it and I was like, wow, this actually sounds really good. Like, this sounds very good. And it's like, I want to get the Studio Vintage Plexi one day. I mean, you're going to have to bear with me with that. That's like a $1,600 amp. But I do want to compare it to the Origin 50 side by side, get an idea of what, like, the tones actually are, like, difference-wise. So I could actually, you know, get a feel for it and whatnot, and see if there's, like, a way to justify that price difference. But for what the Origin offers, it's a really good amp. Like, it's a very good amp. Me personally, I don't think too much about EQ when I play. I know I probably sound so brain dead right now. Like, I just want, like, the full band EQ of an amp at its loudest, you know, going out to the crowd or going out to just me playing by myself. That's usually how I set up my amps. So the only amps I usually don't set up like that are, like, orange amps. But Fenders and Marshall-y things, those things are usually going to have the full EQ dial. So I do want you guys to know that before you hear me, like, play through this and talk about the different things it can offer. Gain wise, I usually push the gain lowly. You know, like, I don't play with a lot of gain. I usually get my gain out of my pedals, but this amp doesn't have a lot of gain in the first place. So I actually do have the gain right now for this bedroom setting that I'm using. It is at 10. But I do say, when I actually play out with this with other people, I got a drummer, I got a bassist that I'm going to be playing with, I'll push that gain back to 8, because one of the first features I want to talk about, this amp has a 3-band attenuator system, something I haven't really seen before from any other brand besides Marshall. So instead of having, like, a knob or having, like, a regular master volume, instead you have a 3-band EQ. So this is low. Now if I crank that to mid, the volume is going to go up immensely. That's have your neighbors calling. Now, in my opinion, when you get to the higher levels, that you definitely have more of a full sound than you have in the low settings. The mid setting, it's all right. I feel like it does sound the best at high. And I feel like the low, you lose, like, a lot of the quality of the sound that you would probably keep if you were to use, like, an aux box, or even like a cheaper attenuator, just keeping it on high end power soaking. That's my personal opinion. There's other people that would probably tell you that the low sounds great. I mean, I still use the low when I record or when I'm like playing by myself. I don't crank it to high. I don't own an attenuator personally right now. So that's just kind of what I do, and it works for me. It works for me, but I do feel like the sound quality is a tad bit better at high. And there's a lot more gain to be offered once you're like getting into the high settings, which is pretty fun. Another fun thing this thing has is it has a push and pull boost. Like I've never seen an amp with like a push pull feature before. So it's kind of funny to me. But basically what that thing does is it's gonna give you more gain than what your amp is currently offering. So say if I'm back at low and I'm right here. Like that's the gain at 10 on low right now. So what this guy right here can do is you pull it out. Yes, it gives you like that martially sound, which is pretty fun to me. Like it's really fun to me that I can like just push and pull that. I wish I had a foot switch for it. I should probably go back up there and get my foot switch. I didn't think about it when I bought it. I was just so excited to have the amp that I just like, oh, let me go get this thing. And I just picked it up. I didn't think about the fact that I have a foot switch because I'm pretty sure you can control that from there. I don't know for sure. Hopefully you can, because it would be nice to, have an on spot almost like, and then you can kind of switch it to a dirtier sound, like on the fly like that. Sorry about my playing, guys. I have not warmed up. I've kind of just been being lazy all day, so I'm not at my greatest right now. As far as aesthetic wise, it definitely pulls off the Plexi aesthetic, if that's a thing, Marshall badge on top of the knobs. It does have an orange bulb to differentiate. Like the Plexis usually have like a red square bulb on them. So you can't just like get away with saying like, yeah, I got a Plexi. And obviously it says Origin on it versus the Plexi is not having any like branding besides the Marshall name on the front. When on the back it'll say Super Lead 100 and whatnot. And also this is a 50 watt. They make a 20 watt as well. I'm not sure if they're making a 100 watt, to be honest with you. I do know they make combos, but I feel like if you're gonna get one, you should get the head, because the Marshall cab, the Origin cabs, they don't sound great. These are like some cheap ceramic speakers in there. That's what my tech told me. Like the tones, the sounds. I'm very analog. I let him handle all of those like intricate things. Like he's fixing my super reverb for me now because the reverb stopped working. I didn't know what really happened with that, and I didn't know what to do with that. So he's helping me out with that guy. The cab that's supposed to be ran with it, I guess you could say, as if it really matters if you have like a matching cab and head type of deal. It didn't sound great. So I actually got this 212. I believe they call this the MX. I may be wrong. Feel free to correct me in the comments. But it's like a $500 212. And it sounds really great. It sounds a lot better than that 412 did. Now, one thing I do want to do is I want to plug this into my Fender 215 cab. I'm gonna do that for a video one good time. I'm not sure when I'm gonna get the chance to, because that thing is loud. So I don't know when I'll get a chance to actually use it, but we'll see when it happens. And I want to hear what type of tones we could get out of that as well. I just feel like that would be a very fun thing. So I definitely say if you're going to get this amp, just find a different cab. If you already have a cab at home, great. Just don't get the Origin branded cabs. They're not great unless you really want that matching cab. And I'll say at the very least, like change the speakers that's in the inside if you want a different enclosure. But honestly, in my opinion, when you're going for the vintage vibe, it's probably better to go for something that's not the Origin cab. They have like this weird like greenish front to them that I honestly don't think those Origin cabs match the actual head and that well, like I feel like this cab matches this amp a lot better than what's supposed to go with it, which is odd to me, but hey, who knows. But that's enough of my talking because there's not too much in-depth things I can tell you about this guy. I mean, it's a brand new amp, so there's not like too many details to look to. Obviously, it's flawless. So this video is more about sound versus looks and the story of how I obtained it and stuff like that. But I will have like some more interesting videos on like vintage amps and unboxings and fun stuff like that coming soon. So stay tuned for that. But in the meantime, we're just gonna get into the tones of this Origin 50 and see if you guys like what you hear. So yeah, let's get to it. Also, one more note, for reverb, this amp does not have any reverb in it. Obviously, it's a Marshall style amp. I'm using the reverb off the Keeley Caverns V2, the spring reverb. If you don't have the Caverns V2, I highly recommend it. It's an amazing pedal, honestly. It also has a delay on it that's fun to mess around with if you're into that. I'll definitely be doing a video about a pedal board soon, since I gotta build a new gigging board, and plus I haven't showed you guys my actual studio board, which I think is pretty fun. So yeah, let's go ahead and get into the tone, shall we? know, I'm still trying to learn to get the best of it right now. You know, really tweak it and understand it more. But from what I've seen so far, it has like a nice woody clean tone to it, and it takes pedals so well that it's just it gives you this huge blues rocky sound, and you know that's what I love the most out of like a good amp for like the stuff that I like to attempt to do. I already know I say this like every video, but I'm still trying to learn, so I'm still practicing. So just give me a break on the playing. I'm just give me a break, bro. I'm not. Was I in tune? I'm pretty sure I was in tune. I can actually hear it now. I've been playing for a little bit longer now. I've been playing like 2.5, 3 years now, and I'm trying to I'm still learning, bro. I'm just say that. Just call it that. But if you stick around this long, I appreciate you for stopping by. I'll try to get some better like footage of me like playing the amp soon. And like when I do, it's probably just gonna be like 60-second videos of like this is Marshall tone, or like titles like that, so you guys can like hear the amp at its like peak. I do got like some snippets with my band that sound pretty good, so I'll definitely be posting those when I get a chance. Look forward to seeing like some new vintage amps coming inside the home. I'm gonna be reviewing those as well, so I'll see you guys around. Hopefully you guys stick around for my journey. Twitch, follow me on Twitch if you're interested in watching me be bad at video games. Follow me on TikTok, for you guys on TikTok has just been amazing. We love all you guys. We appreciate you so much. And yeah, without further ado, I'm gonna go ahead and sign out for now. Until the next time.